Good evening everyone, Sunday evening. Doing something a little bit different today. We're not having Sunday roast. We don't actually do a lot of Sunday roast, okay. So we're off to Greece. I wish. In the cooking we're off to Greece, only a little bit. I'm doing Greek style potatoes with lemon and garlic. Now there's a load of these recipes about on the internet, right? But I have found a lady who is Greek, and she's using her mum's who's cooked it for 50 years in Greece, her original recipe. And she said all the ones I'd been looking at had chicken stock in, very different from the way I'm doing it. So I thought, yeah, I'm going to do it according to her, the authentic way. And then at another stage, I'll try them the other way and see which I prefer. But I do like the cleanness of this recipe. So anyway, let's crack on. I'll take you through quickly what we're doing. Here, well, I've lost my potatoes. Where are they? Right, these are my potatoes. That's equivalent to £1. And I'm using new potatoes. The potatoes that described were waxy and a make I'd never heard of, so that'll be in Greece. So the nearest I could get to it was these. And she, in the picture, has a lot of the Greek wedges long. She cuts hers into chunks. She said it's much more an American way that do the wedges rather than in Greece. I've been to Greece and I can't say I remember having potatoes actually, but I had a lot of wine when I was in Greece. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. Okay, so what I've done with these have been soaking for 15 minutes to get any. New potatoes don't have a lot of starch in them, so they've just had a 15-minute soak in cold water, and I've dried them. Putting them into my little dinky little roasting tin. And into this we are adding quite a lot of olive oil. So I'm not parboiling them, anything like that. I'm following this lady's recipe. That is 60 mils of olive oil. Okay. Into that, in here, I've got the zest of a lemon. I've got 2 teaspoonfuls of dried oregano and 1 clove of garlic just sliced. Okay. So I'm just literally, I get my hands dirty in this one, guys. Okay. And 2 cloves. Okay. And into that is half a lemon juice. That's all going in. This is where I get my hands all claggy. So what I'm going to do is, salt and pepper. So I'm just going to put plenty of cooking salt in. And now I'll get my hands all up to the eyes. So these have to be, everything becomes like, you've got to coat everything. She said every potato's got to be really coated. It's a bit of a strange recipe this, and you'll see why in a minute. So I'm hoping it turns out, it sounds delicious. I do remember having roast potatoes a lot in Greece with fish and things, and they were delicious. Right, I think everything is coated well in there, right? Okay. So in the recipe, she says we fill it with warm to hot water up to about halfway on the potato, which is totally weird. So you don't pour it over the potatoes, so because she wants the oil to stay on the potatoes. So, and she just says the only guideline she gives you, because she said it depends on the size of your pan, is it needs to be kind of up halfway around the potato. So I'm just having a look. I don't want to put too much in, because she said if you pour it over, you'll wash the oil off the potato. Okay, I think that's enough. It does say keep an eye, after so many minutes, keep an eye and top it with if it's running dry or anything. So we've added the water. I'm going to put it into an oven that's 200 degrees at the moment, but only for 10 minutes. Then we turn it down to 320 degrees, which is equivalent to 160. Okay, so it says when they start to boil, which is very weird, you turn it down and then you leave them there for 45 minutes. So let's go. Right, that's into a hot oven, and that's going to be 10 minutes. Right, okay, I've got in my head where the 10 minutes is. So that's in there, then I'll turn it down. So what we're actually doing tonight with this, and this is Cheats fish. I couldn't be, it's been a hot Sunday. We had a lovely lunchtime. Oh, just gone up as a short today was what we had at lunchtime today actually. It was a melon and feta bites. They are great for summer drinks parties, healthy nibbles. They look really sweet on the table, and they're a sweet and sour thing. They're very hydrating, and feta is so full of protein, so it's a good one to do. So check that one out. So what we're also going to do is, I've got some, I thought these look quite Greek, yellow courgettes, which we love. So I'm going to do a thing with them, fry them off in a pan, and I'm going to blend it to like Greek flavours with oregano again and some garlic, and just gently fry them in the pan till they're ready. So that's going to go with our potatoes, our vegetable. I'm going to make up, just using some helmers, some capers, some fresh dill, a little bit of lemon juice and a little bit of mustard. I'm going to make up my own tartar sauce, because we are going to throw in the ninja when these potatoes are nearly done. We bought some ready frozen fish fillets, and I'll show you those later. And I love doing these in the ninja. When I'm in rush and I don't want to bother, we just shove them in there. Okay, so that's what we're going to do later on. For now, I'm going to clear up and get ready to prepare my courgettes, make my tartar sauce. And before I forget, a quick hello to Carmel Stainsby, a new subscriber, just joined today. Hello, welcome along, and I hope you enjoyed the ride. We are going to be doing a few other things. Next weekend we've got Owen home, so I think we'll be planning to take him out to do something. We'll take you along for the ride, see what we get up to. For those of you who don't know, Owen is severely autistic, and he lives in a care home. By his own choice, he got to be 21 and suddenly decided he wanted mates and he wanted to live with, he thought he was going to have total freedom, but because of his autism, he can't live that way. But he's got a wonderful care home in Westbury, and he has 3 other boys who live there with him, and they have like a lady who owns a care home, and she's like a second mum to them all. So you'll be meeting him. Anyway, I'm going to go and get cleaned up before I can start on the tartar sauce. See you in 5. The potatoes are in the oven. They've got another 5 minutes before I turn it down. So let's quickly get the tartar sauce knocked together and finished. Okay, so I'm using good old Hellmann's. There is a different mayonnaise I want to try when I can find it and get hold of it, but I'll tell you all about that in another programme. Right, it's only for the 2 of us, so we don't need an awful lot. Saying that, we can keep it for a day or 2. So I'll make a bit more, seeing as I've got all these capers out. Right, these are my little capers. Okay, they're just here, they've been drying, so I'm just going to put them onto the chopping.
Which capers are they?
From Waitrose, but they're I can't pronounce it, non-parelli.
Non-parelli. Oh, they are Waitrose ingredient.
Yeah. Okay. I can always keep capers in, guys. They're just so handy. I need a big knife for that. That's it.
Do you want me to do it?
No, I don't want it too fine. I actually, I like it quite rustic. That looks fine to me. Right, that's going into the meal. I'm not a great lover of commercial tartar sauce because it always feels very gluey. So that's why I like to... This is dill from out of the garden, which is lovely. Again, you don't want, moderation is better than overdoing things, I think. Oh, it smells divine. I do like dill. Okay, let's get that stirred in there. That's looking so... It's looking now. I'm just going to... Pepper. Ooh! Delish. I was going to add a bit of mustard to it, but actually, I don't know, the combination feels perfect for me. Sometimes, depending what you have, but that's perfect. So that is done. That's going to go into the fridge. take that away, put that in the fridge. My next job is gonna see how the potatoes are doing. Yes, they're boiling away. That's excellent. So I now drop them to 160. (160) 45 minutes. So that is going to take me to 7:30. So see you back at 7:30 when I will have the courgettes ready. Well, actually, I'll see you at 7:20 because I'll have courgettes to cook as well. Okay, see you soon. Hi guys, I was talking about the fish, what I call instant fish, because it's an easy tea tonight. We rather like this. It's they're just dusted in a signature bread, and it's lemon and pepper, and it's really nice. It's light. The fish has never let us down, and I think they're about $4.95 for a pack of 2. So it's quite cheap by today's standards. I know when I buy the sea bream, we're looking at nearly £6. So there's a big difference. So this makes it for a nice, and it keeps in the freezer beautifully. And I'm just going to use the Ninja. Okay, so we just pop it in there.
Why aren't you cooking it in the oven?
The oven temperature is too low because I've just turned, well, about 10 minutes ago, I turned the temperature down to 320, where these like a hot oven. So, and they are frozen, so it definitely should be a hot oven. Right, so I'm going to lay that on there. I'm using these paper liners. In the Ninja, which we got from Lidl, and they are so useful. It keeps the Ninja a lot cleaner, and it often gives me a very nice finish as well. It's like baking parchment. Right, so we've got those both in there, and I think it's 20 minutes. Okay, so let's go. Temperature is 200. So we're going air fry 200, and we're going 20 minutes, and we'll go match, and let's away. Okay, how easy is that? That's my type of tea when I'm feeling lazy. But I've got the courgettes. I'm going to be on in about 10 minutes. I'll take you through that as well, because these yellow courgettes, I put oregano and garlic in. Going to be a bit special. See you in a few minutes. Hi guys, right. Fish has got about 4 minutes to go. Potatoes are virtually done. So I've just whacked the courgettes on. I've basically done what we've done with the potatoes. We've got olive oil, tossed them in olive oil, and we've got garlic, we've got oregano, and we've got salt and pepper. And they're just going to sit there. I am, the difference being, going to add some, I'll just turn that down, it's a little bit fierce. I'm going to add some butter in there in a minute, just because I love my courgettes. Buttery. So we're all on course. Plenty of oregano. The theme tonight, I think, is oregano. Oh, and of course, dill. I leave the garlic in the pan because it'll be bitter. Now you see, guys, this is why I like these little. Oh, it smells nice. Good old Ninja. You love tatty by sauce, don't you? These look good. Like I say, they look like a fondant, don't they? They look yummy. Oh, I should tell everybody about who this lady is, shouldn't I? I've forgotten her name though. But she's called Olive Tomato. Well, her site that I found her on was called Olive Tomato. And she's actually a nutritionist who's worked 20 years and done lots of amazing things in the US and in Greece, because she has a Greek family. She's wrote books. I mean, she's obviously a very clever lady. So I would check her out. And she's got on her site, I found online, which I'm sure John will put a link in when we get organised. She's also got family recipes, which this is one of them, and I thought that's lovely. I love anything like that, you know. So anyway, we're going to eat this. This looks delicious. So we've got easy peasy fish, easy peasy tartar sauce, courgettes are a doddle, just a couple of minutes in the pan, and these super potatoes. They're a bit more of a time-consuming job, but it's so much nicer to spend some time. Sometimes the sides can make a dish. That's what I'm saying. So these should be special. I've read all the reviews and people have said they're amazing. So let's try them. So, right, I have got to try these potatoes. I'm intrigued. Oh, they are. They are lovely. Definitely, they do pick up on the flavours of the herbs. They are very, very nice. They're not quite as I imagined, but they are very nice. Actually, I've just got a kick of lemon in there. You're kind of eating them, and the potatoes cutting through there, and then you get this after kick of lemon. Very nice. They do feel similar to a fondant potato, which are one of my favourite potatoes, folks. And I'm trying my tartar sauce. Oh, that's to die for. The potatoes took more work. The rest of the meal was just a doddle. So if you fancy doing some special potatoes, and I will definitely be using these again, I think they're lovely. So give it a try and check this lady out. Like I say, John will put a link into her so you can check her out and see what she gets up to. Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you probably in a day or two. Bye for now.